Well, we are celebrating Clarendon's 140th birthday with a look back in time. And what we're going to be doing is letting people know a lot about the history of Clarendon, including the fact that the spot we're on right now isn't really part of Clarendon's original footprint. Yeah,
Clarendon actually started about 6 miles north of here, and when the railroad was built, they moved the city south so that Clarendon could be at the heart of it. Jamie Seymour learned a lot more about Clarendon. She has more on the city's history.
Flashback over a century ago to the time of cowboys in the Panhandle. Reverend L.H. Carhart came to the area on a mission, ready to create a new settlement, becoming the third in the Panhandle.
They wanted a Christian colony which prohibited the sale of alcohol and also emphasized education for its citizens.
That colony ideal was not like the other two settlements in the area at the time.
Back in those days, Mr. Carhart felt like Mobedia and Tascosa were a rowdy group of people that did have alcohol in the community, alcohol sales.
In a new town of Christian ideals, they earned a nickname.
The cowboys come to call Old Clarendon Saints Roost, because that's where the saints roost. There was none of the rowdiness that went with a lot of the cowboys. So that's how it got its name, Saints Roost.
As for the inspiration for Clarendon's real name,
it happens to be named after Mr. Carhart's wife, whose name was Clara. So Clarendon was the name that was given to the Christian colony back then.
In the years since, the town has relaxed on some of those ideals, voting in 2013 to finally allow the sale of alcohol in the city.
That has changed Clarendon to some degree, but we haven't had the rowdiness that was expected or any negative consequences. So it's been good for Clarendon, especially with regard to sales.
However, Carhart's education ideals still continue as the city is home to the Panhandle's oldest institution of higher education.
The emphasis on education back in those days came about also with the building of Clarendon College.
The city's largest employers reflect the education ideal as well.
Clarendon College and Clarendon Independent School District would be our largest employers.
A variety of churches, many serving as the first of their denomination in the Panhandle, also call Clarendon home.
Clarendon has lots of churches, and I believe the number is like 22 churches in Clarendon. For a town of 2,000, we feel like that is a lot.
And 140 years later, many of those original colony ideals are still true to this day.
Mr. Carhart, 140 years ago, got his wish by having no sales of alcohol for many, many years, and then a good education system here in Clarendon as well.
Only time will tell if that wish stays true for the next 140.